Okay. All right. Let's actually switch those back for now since we're not digging. But let's actually go get some farming going. Let's grab some more corn first. Hello, my people. Happy 4th. Late 4th. I wasn't live yesterday. I ended up actually going out and doing some stuff, so. Didn't originally have plans, but then when plans pop up, sometimes I gotta remind myself I gotta get out of the house and go see other people sometimes. But I'm ready to get some farming done. We'll probably get to some cave farming because I still got to get some granite and knot root going. So we'll get back to some cave farming for sure. But I do got to get some, want to at least, get some more biomass farms. So we're going to do that. Yo, Rizwan, what's going on? Bardock, hello, hello. Sphinxo, hello, hello. Welcome in. You're my number. I don't know. It's like I noticed that recently. It's like a crown. I think you're like one of my #1 chatters or something like that. It might be. Because I noticed some other people had crowns the other day, but you have a #1. Maybe it's the amount of times you've chatted in this stream. Oh God, the lag. What is that? Oh, it's water. Wait, water. Oh, it's because it's like clipping through from over there. What's up, Allie? I ended up installing some more composters to make this go faster because it was still going quite slow. And what I realize is the composters only go while you're logged in. Like, I don't think it matters how far away you are once you're logged in. But these should have all been full by now, considering I haven't played since yesterday. But we'll just grab everything now. Like, it might work a little bit offline, but I don't think so. Like, maybe one batch, like whatever batch it was in the middle of producing, maybe it, like, gets that one done. But I swear, like, this has been sitting for, like, hours. When is the new update? So, I'd imagine within the next 7 to 14 days. Likely more towards the 14. Who knows? I'd say but like I said, between 1 and 2 weeks is my guess. Because they said in July, so that's all we have to go off of. So I'd imagine it wouldn't be at the end. But in the expeditions update, in those patch notes that we got last month, it didn't say a specific date, but it did specifically say that the spires would be unlocking in Odyssey in July. So that's all we have to go on, but essentially sometime in July. You boxed up the spires. I still gotta decide if I'm gonna do anything fancy, and because I even haven't, like, there's a spire right here that's right next to my like, I can't move that. I can, like, maybe move this out of the way, but, like, whatever that update brings, dude, I'm gonna have to be ready. So I'm actually, the reason I need a lot of biomass also is for batteries in general for the blasters. Granted, they last a long time, so it's not like I'm gonna need that many, but you know me, going overboard. No, I don't. Smoke up. You'll have to give me one moment. Let me collect these and let me go grab my water. I came unprepared. The update, we don't know exactly, but I mean, the spire is opening up. So I imagine we're going to get enemies like from expeditions. Like, that's my best guess. We don't know for sure because they haven't given us anything like official as far as like what's happening with Odyssey exactly. But considering they're the exact spires from expeditions and them saying that the spires would be like unlocking sometime in July, that just tells me like I can imagine we'll get the Titans, like who knows, or maybe it'll be a boss like we'll have to take them all down as if they're the Spire bosses. Why am I still lagging? Um, as if they're the Spire bosses from Odyssey. We really don't know yet. The Academy build? No, I'm still working on it. Or, well, the editing part anyway. Okay. I really don't need to take the car right now. We'll get it a little more loaded up. Yo, Tyvrex, what's going on, my dude? Welcome in. Party of 12. Hello, my people. Oh, the Academy quest. Yeah, just go to one of the bus stations and you can obviously go into expeditions from the main lobby, but to get that quest done, you just have to go to one of your bus stations, and there'll be two buttons. There'll be one to interact with it normally, and then you should see a second button that pops up to travel to the Academy, and then you'll get the quest done. So, I don't know exactly what the update is going to entail. Like, as much as the title of the stream almost sounds like clickbaity, I am indeed prepping for the update, but I'm just doing general prepping like I always do. We don't know for sure the exact date, but we know there's something happening with the Spires in Odyssey here in July, because they mentioned it in the last patch notes. So we don't know what that's going to entail, whether that's going to bring new materials, like even more new weapons. Who knows what it's actually going to bring to the game. So I always just spend at least a handful of days to a week before I even, like, if I even suspect there's an update coming, then I'll just try to get stocked up on everything, like sometimes to a ridiculous extent, like I am now. Like right now I'm mostly just going overboard on biomass, so I can get like probably like 3 chests worth of batteries, if not more, right now. Yeah, I have a tutorial for this farming setup. I think it's a short form. I don't think I ever needed to make a long video for it. So it should be on my TikTok or YouTube short somewhere. Can you show me how your storage rooms work and how you have everything lined up? Oh, Axo. I have a actual YouTube tour of that on my YouTube page. So Epic Bricks on YouTube, and it's one of my. It's not too far back on the feed, but I have a full tour of my storage base that breaks down like where everything is and how I put. It's not like a tutorial, but it's more like an overview. Okay, trying. How's it going? Hi. How you been, Tybrix? Yeah, I have about 60 or 70 electric eels, but that's not really an infinite amount per se. Because electric eels are good, but I can make batteries quicker than I can catch electric eels. Because I can get these tomatoes, like I'm about to harvest like think there's like 300 tomatoes, 350 tomatoes. That's actually about 1,050 seeds. So that's about 1,150 biomass just from those tomatoes I just harvested. Now these don't give me much of a return because I think they're just 1 biomass per pineapple, but I have room in my bag, so why not? I wouldn't say Expeditions lost my attention, but I'm just waiting for content. I need to, like, Odyssey will always be my home game. And with a possible update coming up soon, I want to make sure I'm as prepped as possible. So once I get some more, because I'm done building for now until I think whatever the next update is. Like, I'll probably do some smallish stuff, but I probably won't do any, like, major build projects, so I'm not in the middle of one when they release content. So when I'm finished kind of update prepping, I'll probably just go back over to Expeditions and try to start leveling up the classes again, because I'm level 40 on Shadow Caller, and then I'm like 34 or 35 on Rift Ripper, so I'm like halfway to 40 from 30. And then Hunter, I'm like level 30 or 31, so I still got a long way to go there. But I want to get those leveled up, so that way by the time they release level 50, I will already be level 40, and then I can have a quicker push from 40 to 50. That way I can get the decor as quick as possible, because I believe there's a time limit on those decor rewards, right? Oh, please, it's still lagging. Okay. Please, release me. Well, bones, they what? They give you like 2 or 3 biomass, right? Because, yeah, tomato breaks into 3 seeds from the grain mill, and each of the seeds gives you 1, so 1 tomato equals 3 seeds equals 3 biomass. Oh, full. Oh, it's because I have like a couple extra stacks taken up by those charms. That's why. Ow. Why did I take damage for that? Okay, so let's just throw in... Is there any not running? I think these ones. See, these ones don't break up into seeds, so you just throw them right in. So they're not as worth it, but otherwise, it's like you might as well, if you have, like with me, it took me like an extra 30 seconds to grab a few hundred extra pineapples and all that stuff. Then the rest of this, like chillberries, we break those into seeds, because those you get 2 per. So you're doubling how much biomass you can get out of it just by breaking it into seeds. Because I think the berry, I'm pretty sure I checked it, the whole berries will only give you 1 biomass as well. But the seeds give you 1. And I can harvest thousands upon thousands upon thousands of food, which means thousands upon thousands upon thousands of seeds. Thus, tons of biomass. Oh, I never did raspberries. And since it already takes forever, Because you may be like, oh, I don't want to do all that grinding up of stuff. Well, dude, these, even with this many, you know, and I could even go more and it would still be pretty slow. These things take forever to process. So, like, you have all this downtime anyway. So you just use that downtime farming more food, splitting it into seeds, and then just loading it in here. Like, I could probably even double the amount of composters I have now, and it would still probably take a while. But while we're waiting here, we just head back because I think the first line on the farm. Yep, clomberries, or the chillberries are back. So then we just restart the process. This is fire, thank you. The update, we don't know what it's going to be about. Well, I mean, not exactly. It's something about the spires, so it probably has some sort of connection to expeditions in some sort of way. I'm guessing maybe we'll see, like, Daigo. Maybe we'll see those Titans. Some of the other, like, masked bad guys, like Daigo's minions or whatever. Pretty much, I'm just thinking it's going to be like a expeditions-themed Odyssey update. That's what it seems, but they seem to be good at holding a good poker face and kind of surprising us with something that we kind of would never expect. Yo, Ollie Thompson, thank you. I appreciate it. For you and your buddy Brian. Do the spires watch you? I've never noticed. That's kind of eerie. Bones are the best thing for biomass? Yeah, but then you got to go around killing skeletons and other things that drop bones, and it's not exactly fast. Like, I could collect all this food faster than I could probably even get 100 bones, which would be like, what, 300 biomass? Like, one nighttime, if I'm, like, going around, I could probably maybe get, like, I think 100 bones in one nighttime, in one 5-minute night cycle is even kind of pushing it. But let's say you get 100 bones, that's 300 biomass. I'm getting my backpack. I think it's more than a chest, but your backpack I think can hold, if they're all 80 stacks. I want to, like, let's see, 5. I can't remember how many slots are, but anyway, I could get a whole bag's worth of just the raw fruit. Not to mention me breaking it into seeds in just, like, what? This takes me probably 4 or 5 minutes to go through all 7 of these rows that I need to. Like, I'm not saying bones are bad. Bones are good if you have a ton of them already. But with the amount of biomass that I am trying to produce, I would need, like, tons of bones, too. Like, it would just be crazy. You can't fight Daigo in expeditions right now. Yeah, that's the whole, when this, you remember it was like a couple months ago, I ended up making some videos about it because they changed it. Instead of having to, like, have the little loading collect bar. I'm lagging like crazy, by the way, if you couldn't tell. At least I think I am. Yeah. Used to have that little, like, loading bar, and then they took that away, so you're, like, insta-harvesting it. And the good thing about that is you can harvest as fast as you can move and as fast as you can click. So I just threw it on the my collect button on the scroll wheel, and I bought a mouse that has a free spinning scroll wheel, so I can just kind of let the scroll wheel spin and do the work for me, and then let the contraption do the rest of the work for me. But the good thing about this is, yeah, like you said, it skips the step, because I still have an auto farm. An auto farm is still going to be good for pumpkins, wheat, and corn. Reason being, those, if you hand harvest them, they still break and consume a seed regardless. But with all the other plants that do regrow infinitely off of one seed, as long as you hand harvest them and not, because balloon harvesting, everything breaks the stem, thus, you know, requiring a seed. Whereas this method, you get to still because think about it, when you're balloon harvesting, you still have to go run down the alley. every time you hit the balloons, so you can go pick it up, right? Whereas this, yeah, you're going in like a line, but like technically that's the same line you would have to go through on your auto farm to pick everything up after you've auto farmed it, right? So like this, it goes directly into your bag. You don't have to worry about like chickens eating it, and you don't have to worry about the replanting. One seed gets the farm going forever. It's your birthday, Carly. Let's go. You got expert going again? Oh, God. When are we going to fight him? Probably whatever the next update for Expeditions is, which we have not gotten any sort of word on yet. Exactly. I think later. I don't know if they mentioned anything in the patch notes. I don't think so. I had a pretty good 4th of July. Also, if you're on TikTok right now, come join me on Twitch or YouTube. I'm live on all the platforms. If we can get to Twitch partner, I can promise you the quality is going to get a lot higher on Twitch. Actually, I should probably collect these last because like I get the least amount of them. Yeah, so Odyssey and Expeditions are separate, but there is a quest inside of Odyssey to travel to the Expeditions game mode. And the way you do that is you go up to your bus station, and instead of your normal interact button, which will bring up like the normal bus station menu, there should be another button like when you walk up to your bus station, and before you click on it, just look at the bus station, and it should have a button to open the bus station menu like normal, and then it should have a second button that opens up like the special Expeditions menu, and you just click on that, and then you can just travel from the Odyssey mode, and you're not literally taking your character. It's just a fancy way to switch modes without going to the lobby. They have just included that as a quest, as kind of like, it's kind of like a tutorial if you think about it. When games add quests like that, it's generally to tell you that that feature exists in general. It's not like gonna, do anything for you. It's just usually games like this will do that, where it's like, oh, this is a feature. We'll just have the player do it as a quest so they know it's a thing. But otherwise, yeah. Hopefully, Odyssey will get an update sometime I'd imagine middle of this month. I can't be sure because all the patch notes said was, because last patch notes said the spires would open up sometime in July. It just didn't say an exact date. So I guess technically it could be the end, but that would suck. So I'm gonna hope it's middle. Oh, we're full. Perfect. Ta-da! I have arrived. All right. Yeah, the reason I'm breaking all this up into seeds is because you get one seed out of the raspberry, but if you break it up into, or you get one biomass out of one raspberry, but you also get one biomass out of one seed from the raspberry. So technically this is like doubling your amount of biomass that you would get off of the same plant. I'm even thinking about building more of these, maybe for next time I do this. I'm sure I'll run out eventually and need more. Because right now I'm working on, I probably got at least like 5 chests of biomass, but I want to get a bunch of batteries stocked up too. rest of that needs to go into grinders. My again. I swear it's getting more laggy over here just because I have so many machines working. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. This is what I call my update prep, as I don't know exactly what or when the update is, but if it's even relatively soon, then I generally just go crazy and start stocking up. But this is just like the easiest way that I can figure to gather biomass and I'm talking like tons and tons of it. I will show you an example. So every seed here is a biomass. Okay. But right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Soon to be more. But like this, like sure you could go get skeletons and stuff and get bones, but I feel like that requires more attention and effort. I mean, obviously it took me a lot of attention and effort to build up this farm. But that farm isn't just for biomass. Obviously, my speed farm, that got me. I don't know if you've seen my storage base video, but I don't know how much the number is exactly right now. But my storage base, when I counted for my tour video, had over 220,000 items in it, and most of that was actually. Oh, put those. I guess I never put those in. Most of that is actually, a lot of it, like 60K of it's probably food, or I think like 80K of it or something like that is food, and I was able to harvest, what was it, one whole chest full, which I think is 2,240 items. So I have like quite literally ridiculous amounts of food. Best way to kill a brute? Now it's the plasma pistols. These of pretty much, I would want to say that the low rarity ones don't last as long, but I would imagine like these are still better than an equal rarity crossbow. Like if you had a blue crossbow and a blue plasma pistol, my guess would be that the plasma pistol would still be better as long as it's the same rarity. Because the plasma pistols, they're like ridiculously overpowered. And not in a bad way. I think the content that's going to be coming out next is going to be pretty tough. Or at least that's what I'm hoping based on how powerful the weapons are. It's like they gave us like an infinity gauntlet, so that's what they gave us for defense, like what's coming at us. Yeah, the gem cutter, they used to have the overall crafting bench cost brute scales to get the final upgrade on it. But now it's the gem cutter, which if you want a lot of gem cutters to speed up that, like to do this, if you wanted to build like 8 gem cutters to speed up the process. It's a lot of brute scales. A lot of these, like, once you get into play enough, generally, and you get confident enough, what I would recommend is one thing I do is a lot of times if I see a brute, especially while I'm streaming, is I'll just go fight it on site, even if, like, I don't necessarily need the scale, because they're always changing what's important in this game, and that's kind of like natural as they add more stuff. Like certain items will become more or less important than others, and you never know what's going to be more important in the future, so generally I just stock up now. Like, especially the brute scales, like if you can get them, get them. How much can I can hold more? So like right now we could just technically head back over and grab more food. Hop over the spire. Why do I want biomass? Mostly for to get a good stock of batteries. One, for vehicles, since I'm in expert mode, so it's always good to have some stock of batteries so I can power vehicles if I ever need to. And then also the new plasma pistols, they cost, I believe it's, 2 batteries a piece to craft them. And eventually I do plan on doing an updated or a renovation slash update of my display museum weapon base, whatever you want to call it. And that will require me to build one of each plasma pistol variant just for variety's sake, and that will cost, and I can badge it will cost many. I'm sure if Kankles was here, he's already done it. He could tell you how many batteries it costs, because right now I don't know the numbers in my head. Yep, still on the resource grind. How's it going, by the way, Carnage? I'm going to do some cave farming today, too. That's why I hopped on a little bit early, because I figured I missed yesterday for 4th to hang out with some friends and stuff, so got to get caught up on the farming. So I wanted to get, like, basically a ridiculous amount of biomass and some stuff like that. And then I have actually a sticky note list over on my other monitor that I need to pull up. I made a small list of the things that I should really grab. One thing I probably will also do today is we'll go to the Lost Isles, because I think it's the best place to get blast powder. Because you can go from fighting pirates on the beach for blast powder to going into the jungle and breaking those explosive plants for blast powder, and then also at night on in the Lost Isles there are the pirate skeletons or whatever that also drop blast powder. So overall, I believe Lost Isles is like the best place to farm blast powder. So we're gonna do that. What am I holding? The plasma pistols that I was just talking about. Show the vehicle? I will show you when I get back. Let me get a food collection going. Yeah, so I'm pretty, yeah. Dendon, sorry. Just making sure I said that right. Yeah, so I'm pretty much stocking up on a little bit of everything. Like, have you seen, I don't know if you've seen my storage base. We'll stroll back there here in a little while to drop off the biomass. But otherwise, yeah, I try to go crazy. Generally, I have, like, you know, the basic materials. I'll have easily, I try to have, like, 3 chests full of it ready to go. So that way, if any sort of new build comes out and it requires, you know, whatever. Like the Supernova Academy, those ones required a lot of marble, not root and glass. So that's actually another reason that I need to get. I already got some farmed up last night off stream because it's super boring. But farming up sand so I can start getting some crazy amounts of glass back that I dumped into that Supernova build. Do the lower below epic and rarities not require batteries? Because there's a lot of combos, but maybe I haven't looked at the other ones. Maybe the lower, maybe like the gray through blue don't require batteries. I haven't actually looked at those ones like closely. I thought they did. Yeah, did they? I thought they did because I was building some the other day, and I swear I was using batteries for all of them. Because there's like a lot of different variants, so I think it would cost a lot of batteries, but maybe I'm wrong. Yo, Trevor, it's your birthday today? Dude, a lot of birthdays today. It was I went over to my our friend's house yesterday for 4th of July. Her mother's birthday was today, I believe it was, and then there's been at least like 2 or 3 people today. I believe on my TikTok I have a short on it, and then my YouTube I believe I also have a short on this system and how to set it up. This is taking LEGO Fortnite to the next level. Wow, thank you. That's my goal. So I like to try to live up to the username, you know. But thank you. It is amazing. Yo, thank you, Squishy. So when the next update, we have an idea. The last patch notes that came out said they would, the spires that are here in Odyssey, the patch notes said that sometime in July, did not give an exact date, that they would unlock. So I can imagine our next update is sometime this month. We just haven't gotten any official exact word or dates on what, when, or how, why, nothing. And then someone told me something about the superpowers being delayed, but I don't know if that's separate from the overall spires unlocking or not. New biome would be sick. Or like another realm, kind of like the, what is it? The underworld or the nether. The nether in is that what it's called? The nether? Kind of like another dimension that you could travel to. So these don't grind up into seeds, so I just throw them right in. And technically, other stuff that does grind up into seeds would be more efficient for this. However, that's what I have planted over there, and I can collect a whole bag's worth of it in like 3 minutes, like you saw. So, what's the update? People still play this? Absolutely. Is the pixels broken? Do you mean like OP? Yes, I would say they're pretty OP, but I'm hoping that's because we don't know what the next...
How do I get those lasers?
Oh. All you got to do in Odyssey is go... Some people are having bugs with it, so you might not be able to find it, but you need to find Vengeance Jones, and he gives you some quests, so you just have to defeat some enemies, and then you unlock the recipes for these new weapons. But we don't know, like, the exact details of the update, right? We don't know any numbers or anything like that. But they did say the update would be happening sometime in... Oh, that's not right. Sometime in... here in July. And considering there's spires in the sky like we have in Expeditions, I imagine it's going to be something along the lines of spires open up. We fight kind of the same kind of enemies like in Expeditions, but in Odyssey, I could be wrong about that, but that's my best guess. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's going to take me a minute to remember that read.
It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years. Hello? Stop lagging me. I can't tell where I am. Oh boy,
3 a.m.
That was fun. Peppers. Wait. Oh, those are seeds. Duh. Raspberries. We're good. Okay. Collect. You see, I got a pretty good system going here where pretty much there's always something to grab in the, at least the, what is it, the compost machines never get backed up. These will get backed up because they can only hold like one slot of things, but generally it accommodates what I need. And I could always build more if I really needed to. Might as well grab as much of this.
This is a load of barnacles.
I heard that. What's the update? I explained it. It'll probably be something akin to what we have in Expeditions, and it'll probably be something like the Spires opening up and unleashing enemies from Expeditions. But we don't know that. That's my speculation. Frontier Days? What's that? Holy stacked base. This is just a, this is a side op. This is just a side op, man. You want to see the base? I'll show you the base. I have a tour of it on my YouTube, but I'll show you real quick. I got a second here while that stuff cranks away. Over there we got the speed farm for food. Wait, where am I aiming here? Am I aiming? Is that the right one? Yeah. Here's my cow outpost. The cow post. And then this way it takes us to the base, which, don't worry, is crap that needs to unrender it. When you destroy one of those old POIs, for some reason, the game never forgets where it was and will always render it in when it renders your build in. But otherwise, this is the main base. Now I do have beautiful, pretty bases, but this is the business end. Business end, guys. This is the business end of the world. I've got pretty bases kind of scattered around different areas of the world where I built stuff. But otherwise, business end of the world, rigid, organized, neat. Yeah, hopefully not too much, because I've got literally my main base I've got a spire that far away and a spire this far away. That one I can literally see from here. If that thing beams my base from there, if like, because in Expeditions, they got some range. They do a big beam and they just fan it out everywhere. So I'm kind of afraid that when this update hits, that my whole base is just going to be surrounded. You're like, come up with your hands up. Come out with your hands up. And I'm going to just be over here. I'm going to be surrounded. That one's over there. That one's probably also in range. They're just going to... At least I hope not. But I'm going to have to either move the base or fight. When is the update and what's in it? Probably something we don't know exactly, and we don't know when exactly. Sometime this month in July, and then as far as what, something Expeditions related, it seems. Like something Spire, Daigo related in some way, shape, or form. Oh, Expound. That quest is currently not completable. They actually changed the wording, so it's just like Which I think they should have just taken the quest out for now because it's still confusing people. Well, for good reason. Why put a quest in that is incompletable until new content is released? So you cannot complete it until they release new content, unfortunately. Oh, you've been building a big old Lego set, big old Harry Potter set? I had all the 2001 Harry Potter sets when I was a kid. Oh, yeah, one of the ones that has like the ghost hologram things at it. What do the spires even do? In expeditions, they're basically a boss that you fight. In Odyssey, I imagine it'll be the same. Oh, there's a quest like that in Battle Royale. You're finally 23 years old. I'll be 33 this year. I should probably go collect from the villagers. Get my medal. We can do that after one more collect. I'm doing well, Trevor. Hope you're doing just as good. Oh, I'm popping a wheelie. What? This has never happened. It must have been the lag. That was crazy. Never have I popped a wheelie on this thing. That was cool. I mean, I would have been sad if it would have came off the track, but it was still kind of worth the style points, right? Also, if you're here on TikTok and you're enjoying the stream, please consider coming and checking me out on TikTok, or not TikTok, Twitch or YouTube, where I'm also live. Same exact username.
Best use of vines? I have so many!
Chords. Because it takes like, what was it?
Goodbye, everyone!
5
Remember you all in therapy!
10 vines to make a chord? It takes a lot of vines to make one chord. And chords don't seem like something you use a lot, but like, I swear, I don't remember, like, it's like balloons, just like random stuff, and you just chip away at it, at chords slowly, and then when you run out of chords, you're like, damn, I need chords. Drawstring too. You can make the... wait, does the vines go straight into drawstring, or do you need to make chords into drawstring? Then I can't remember, I think it's the chords, but either way, it's still like good to stack up on those things, just because they're like, ultimately take a lot of other resources to make them.
Customization!
Genius!
He's tenderizing the ground!
Of course!
Write that down, write that down!
So they have the Storm King now, and then they're bringing hero classes, which makes it seem like they're going to have some sort of leveling system. But this will always be an open-ended game. You know, it's a live service, free-to-play game, so, like, it'll never be, like, complete, right? Whatever, like, the Storm King is currently the big bad boss of the game, and I don't think the Storm King will ever go away, but I also think they will add other big bad guys to the game eventually, and I'm guessing the next one is very likely Daigo from Expeditions, and that'll probably be a whole thing in itself, I would imagine. Like, that's my best guess. And then next year it'll probably be something else, and you know, however, whatever timeline they're on, maybe they do a boss every 6 months or something like that, because if Daigo is a major boss that comes out, then that would put it about 6 or 7 months after Storm King, which is a pretty good pace for, like, releasing major boss content like that. I would like some more intermediate small updates in between, but that's pretty nice. What's the best enchant for... It depends on what you're doing and what weapon, to be honest, and what enemies you plan on fighting. Like, if you're going into a cave and you're going to be fighting skeletons, then, like, Undead Bane is going to be good. On top of, honestly, Stormbane, because some of the skeletons might be Stormwild on top of, you know, them being undead, so that would stack with damage, Undead, and Stormbane. But fighting the Storm King, I would say zapping, lifesteal, damage, Stormbane. Yeah, zapping, lifesteal, damage, Stormbane. And I would put those on your, like, any weapon you bring to the Storm King. Lifesteal is great because every enemy that you take out, you'll get 1 heart back, which is generally pretty good. So if you take if the spawner spawns 4 enemies and you take out those 4 enemies before you take any damage, then you'll heal for 4 hearts if you're down 4 hearts. And then that's like less food items that you have to eat during the boss fight. This looks ridiculously efficient. Oh, yeah. I have farmed, like, right now I'm farming for biomass, but I've done this plenty of times to farm just the food. Because, you know how you can make charred versions of everything? I'm lagging right now. I have a full chest of, like, every one of these foods, plus a full chest of every one of their charred or cooked counterparts. I'm still lagging. I can't move. I've been lagging a lot lately. Just like it's I think it's just the world. After you've had the world for so long and you build enough stuff, no matter how spread out it is, it's like an infection that's always there. I mean, honestly, I just want some more intermediate updates in small, like, dude, I would have taken them, I would have been, like, extremely excited about an update that gave us 2 new pig colors, a couple new chicken colors, maybe, like, 1 new animal type altogether. Like, I don't think that's asking for much. Like, every couple of, like, every other month or something like that, we get something small in between the ones. Because that's what people are complaining about. Is like, and probably will complain about. It's like, oh, sure, we got another boss, but it's like, it's not going to be enough because it's too much in between. It's like, it only satiates, it's like, it's a good, it'll end up being a good update, but it won't be able to satiate most people because of the kind of like, we're still hungry. You know what I mean? It's like, sure, we got a good update, but I'm still hungry. What animals would I add? I definitely think some sort of semi-aquatic animal. Like amphibious, like a crocodile or an alligator. Something that could be like around rivers exclusively. Or something like that. Or even like little lakes. And it wouldn't even need to have like a biome for it, like swamp or something. Like obviously that would be cool if they could add a swamp that had more of that kind of stuff. But like I think an alligator or crocodile would be cool. Some reason to give you to fear water, like where there's water, right? You know, usually there's like I think like we find rollers around water usually. But like it'd be nice if like water had some sort of like threat level to it, like going around it. Deer would be cool. I'm trying to think of one that would be like just something cool that would be brick built. Like I'm still lagging, by the way. Getting the craziest lag spikes right now. Something flying would be cool, for sure. I don't know how that would work exactly, but some sort of birds. I don't know how you'd interact with them. Horse, yeah, the single mold or like the dual mold horse pieces that they have. Those just wouldn't be flexible, so I imagine they'd probably end up being brick built. Cause like, yeah, in other Lego games, they have some like bendiness to the parts and stuff, like some flexibility that plastic normally wouldn't have. Oh. I'm truly lagging. I'm trying to think, what would be another good staple animal? I think just big bugs. I remember seeing like leak content from a long time back that had these big beetles, and I'm like, as much as I don't like relying on like leak content, I'm like, it was a cool concept regardless. It was like a big old like dung beetle looking thing, and it was like dark blue and like black or something. Like it was like really cool looking, just like big bug, big bug. Oh, a gorilla would be kind of cool, or some sort of like big. I don't know. They'd feel like I don't know. Maybe that would be good. Because I don't know how they'd feel about us like eliminating like in more like intelligent animals. I don't know if there's like a line Lego would draw there. It's like we're already taking out like mammals, like you know. Oh, the dream shark. Yeah, the boat. That'd be cool. I think like an overall like if they ever do get it to where we have like actual water content above and below the water, like where you could have a ship, a pirate ship, there's like water POIs and like that's kind of what I imagined this game end up being is like everywhere you go there was just like life and different things. Like I want to be able to go into the ocean part of the world or the big open sea and just see like, oh, there's a random NPC pirate ship that I can go commandeer or make friends with, or like, I want more of that stuff for sure. Where you feel like exploring the world isn't just for resources or a specific animal. Like, oh, I'm just looking for a brute that I can find anywhere in any part of the grasslands. I wish there was more like, oh no, and like or like in everybody's random generated seed, maybe there was a couple of very special randomly placed POIs and you couldn't use your, they would, even if you use the same seed, maybe it randomly generates it anyway. So like everybody's world was like this random puzzle that not like necessarily puzzle, but like a treasure map that would be unique to everybody's where it's like I've got to find the forbidden forest or the forbidden castle in the forest or whatever, and it's somewhere on your map, but maybe like the NPCs that you end up interacting with guide you to your specific location based on your map and kind of make it feel more like that. But I don't know. It feels like the world is vast but shallow, like mile wide and inch deep kind of feel. Because like I've always said it, like all of the biomes are great in their own sense, but it's just like the grasslands is the most abundant biome, I would say. But it's like if you've been in one patch, like like 500-meter square of grasslands, you've been in all of the grasslands that the game has to offer. Same thing with the desert. If you've been in like one square patch of desert, you've seen all of the desert that's in the game. And that goes for and the only thing that's even like, I guess, a little bit unique in itself is the Lost Isles. And that's even then, everybody has like a copy pasted version of those islands, even though the mainlands are randomly generated. So those don't even have a ton of uniqueness, even though they have more diversity because they have like sub biomes in them. Looks like I'm gonna have to relog, or I guess I can try. Let's click that. Let it do the download thing. Cancel. Odyssey. Select. Name. Play. Play. Usually that'll do the trick. If you're on TikTok, use this time to come join me on Twitch. It looks like it's working. Since we got a moment, you're going to be in the loading screen. This is my only non-Lego loading screen that I use right now. I don't know if you can tell why. Because he's got the best skin. Couple good skins, but it's got a peely bone there. Oh, let me go grab a water too real quick. I'll be right back. Bats would be cool, even if they were just for effect. Like if you couldn't interact with them. Squids, sharks, yeah. Because they have a lot of good single molded pieces for those. However, what I've noticed in this game is they're kind of avoiding single mold pieces. And we saw that with the Storm Chaser update with the Storm King and them changing the whole weapon system. Like, because you can still get single mold pieces, but they're all the common rarity. And like stuff like the wrench, which is technically common rarity as well. Sorry. But they made all the weapons brick built in the sense that they're built out of individual pieces. So I think if they ever do add horses and other stuff like that, it won't just be the single or dual mold versions. Is this where I was? I don't even remember what I was doing. This isn't where I lagged out, is it? I don't even remember.
Don't tell me how to cook the sauce.
I thought I collected a whole bag of food or something. I swear it. Did it time travel me? Or was this what I was doing? I don't remember what I was doing when it lagged me out now. I thought I was somewhere else in my world, but maybe I was here. Because like all the creatures, they're all brick built. Like pretty much everything is like a brick built structure. Yeah, they didn't like nerf it. They made it progressional. So when you start off and you have no level 10 villages in a world and you're brand new, all the enemies and all the biomes are going to be on easy difficulty. And then when you get your first village leveled up to 10, then it brings up all the biomes to like 1 village worth of difficulty or something. As you level up more villages and progress like villages in different biomes, that's what progresses the difficulty. So like technically once you get all the villages maxed out, all of the enemies and all of the biomes are just as hard as kind of like the frost. But I guess even then overall they nerfed the overall difficulty of everything. I don't know, some people complain about the difficulty being like harder because they nerfed the charms essentially. The enemies are a bit weaker. You don't get like 2-shot by skeleton, like by high level enemies anymore. But I like both aspects of like the way things were and the way things are now. Yeah, it was someplace else with a full backpack of food, I swear. I'm, like, backwards. Or behind. I swear I just got done collecting food, so it probably time traveled me by like 5 minutes. But I'll try to get a tutorial for this car up. People have been asking about it. I have tons of similar ones, but that one's technically a little different. Yes, I'll collect it again. Man. But the best items are bones, and then there's like, I think meat is technically the most, but like, you also have to think about how easy is it to get like tons of the item. And I guess this is more like if you're going crazy like I am, because if you're like more of a casual player and you've got like a handful of all these items, then yeah, you're not going to go out of your way to crazy farm like anything because you might not have the time for it. But otherwise, like bones are good because generally if you save them, you'll have a lot of them, and those are good for biomass. But in my case, I've developed a system and built up this world in a way that I can harvest this food extremely quickly, turn it into seeds quickly, and then turn those seeds into biomass. Even though the seeds only give 1 biomass per seed, I'm able to harvest quite literally like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of seeds. A lot easier than I could farm even hundreds of bones or those other items that do give more biomass per item, but again, I can more efficiently farm other items. Yeah, same here, Chris. It's like, obviously, would I prefer a world where everything is like lagless and they were doing more content? Yes. Do I still enjoy it as is because can you still get by and build cool stuff and do cool stuff? Absolutely. Is fighting stuff frustrating? Yeah, I still don't even like doing the Storm King daily right now because of how laggy it is. But otherwise, like building stuff, you can still have tons of fun. What do you do with all the poo? Build mega farms like this. I mean, I probably don't need to do another one anytime soon. But next time whenever they come out with a new food item that has plantable seeds, I'll need another 350 plots, which is, I guess that's only 350 fertilizer, but pretty much just keep it. And technically, I think I could feed it to Mama Colombo if I had too much. I'm lagging, by the way. How's it going, Vanessa? How do you deal with planting so many seeds? So, Joe, the beauty about this farm setup is it's a speed farm, not an auto farm, is what I call it and classify it as. So, if, berries, if you don't break them, and a lot of so berries, peppers, tomatoes, if you don't break them, they regrow infinitely off of, you only need to plant. So I only needed to plant 1 seed when I started this, months ago. But every time I run through it, I'm just hand picking it. So it'll regrow for free in like 5 minutes or whatever. I only had to plant these seeds 1 time, and then it's infinite harvests after that. Now with a balloon auto farm, you're breaking the bushel, which does require another seed, which does require you to go through and hand plant more seeds and grind them up and replenish them. Whereas this method, I'm just hand collecting them quickly, which is still extremely efficient, just like auto farming, but the benefit is I only have to plant the seeds 1 time ever, and it's good to go. And you could do this similarly, like if you're on controller and don't have a free spinning mouse to click this fast, you can just run by the crops, which is still really fast and efficient. But the poo, we just save that for more farm plots if we ever need them. And maybe in the future they'll be used for other important things. But for now, I kind of just hold on to it. I'll let it ferment. I put it in a silo. I have a poo silo like Homer Simpson in the Simpsons movie. That would be cool if there was... You know what? Epic, give me a silo. Give me an actual build that's a silo. Like, big one. And then it's an actual storage unit, and it just has, like, a bajillion slots in it, but you could only put seeds in it. It's like an item-specific container. That would be so 200 IQ. That's what I wish, because, like, World of Warcraft had that, where they had your general bags that you could equip to your character, but if you were a hunter, you could get, like, a quiver or whatever, and you could put it in one of your bag slots, and it had a bunch of spaces in it, but it was only for arrows. Or there was like a herbalist pouch. It was like a special, it had more slots than a regular bag had, but you can only put like plants into it. They should do the same thing in this game. Give us like item-specific storages that are like unique, like a silo, and it could just have like 100 slots, but just for seeds. So I could just be like, yeah, it's my seed silo or it's my grain silo, you know? Just themed storages for certain things that are functional and look cool. And advantageous if you're using it for that said item. Any tips for catching a legendary storm flopper? Just keep fishing, and I fished out of a... Oh god, it broke, didn't it? Oh no, we're good. I fished out of a grasslands lake to get mine. I did catch mine while there was a thunderstorm. I still believe it's catchable without a thunderstorm. It's just way less of a chance. The thunderstorm is just like an increased chance factor, essentially. Because I was still catching regular storm flopper, like, you know, common ones when it wasn't storming. I would just catch way more regular ones while it was storming. So I imagine the same goes for the legendary. Like, it's probably not impossible to find one outside of a storm. Or, like, outside of it, like, thundering and stuff. But it's probably just way better chances if it is. So just... I probably spent, I think, probably like 4 or 5 hours total on a couple different sessions fishing out of that lake in the same exact spot. And eventually... Because you don't want to, like, wait for it to storm, right? If you wait for it to storm... Like, you might be in it... Like, what if you're just out doing stuff in the Frostlands or something, and you're like, oh, it's storming... Now I gotta go get my fishing rod. Like, maybe you don't have it on you and you waste most of the time that it's storming to just get to the fishing location. So it's better, like, if you're hunting for it specifically, just spend, like, in-game in, in-game out, in-game day in, in-game day out, fishing at one location, because eventually it'll start storming there, naturally, like, just, you know, out of chance if you stay there long enough, and eventually you'll just get it. It's just a numbers game, truly. Cheesecake Factory! I love cheesecake. Now I just want a pound of cheesecake. I just like, I don't mind getting different flavors of cheesecake, but just plain old, regular, original cheesecake. Delicious.
2 hours later.
More like 2 seconds. We're speed farming out here.
New York cheesecake is the best!
I like anything s'mores flavored, so I'd take a s'mores cheesecake too. That'd probably be bomb. Anything s'mores flavored is the best. I'm just out. And it's all okay. What do you mean about caves? Caves never did or still don't regenerate. Am I missing something? I don't miss when caves didn't regenerate. Am I getting confused there in the wording? Now, there has been times where caves have... I guess that when the Storm King update happened, they slightly regenerated some gems in the sense that they put amber into grasslands caves. And then I think some new knot root and stuff ended up popping up after that. But I don't think it was old stuff regenerating. pretty much the only thing that does regenerate is some wood items in the game. How do I teach my sister to get better even though I'm not a good teacher? That's tough. It's a tough question. Honestly, it's one of those things, if they're at that age where they're young enough, you know, there's only so much you can do from a teaching perspective, because a lot of video games is motor skills, you know, and younger people, they're still learning them. So it's kind of just something that will happen naturally over time. And so, and then also just not just motor skills, but also like capacity to understand certain aspects of the game, you know, like taking damage or, you know, those things that are a little bit more complex depending on how old they are. But otherwise, if you're not a good teacher yourself, usually then the best way is just lead by example if you don't know how to like explain what you're doing. But oh, well, with pumpkins, wheat, and corn, if you hand collect it, you still do have to plant seeds. Those are kind of ones that are slightly different from everything else. But everything, like all the berries and the peppers and the clomberries and the pineapples, bananas, coconuts, those all regrow off of just one. Didn't I tell you this is going to be a lot of stuff? We're getting there. We're getting there. I'll probably bring some of this biomass back to the base now, though. I don't know if you noticed, but I doubled up on how many compost machines that I built from the other night when I was playing. I could probably still even build more, and it would be not necessarily too slow, but I would still be like hitting a point where I wouldn't have anything to do. Yeah, they're supposed to. It's because I believe that's how pumpkins are. It's like a pumpkin doesn't continue to grow off of one seed. You grow a pumpkin, then it makes more seeds, then those seeds grow into more pumpkins. So I think, and then I think everything else, I think they have everything like accurate to what it would be like. Because I think corn and wheat in real life is also like single harvest. Like, yes, it produces seeds, but you have to take those seeds and replant them. They don't just regrow after you chop it down. So I think they try to keep it like like light realism, not like craziness, but like somewhat. People were like, go big with farming, and everyone's like, go Havoc. I gotta have my poop collection. How am I gonna build my poop collection? I'm lagging again, though. Go green. Okay, I deposited. I deposited my poo. Poo deposited. I imagine it would be about enough for now. But who knows? I wish they would have put 6 slots in this output. Because some of these items produce just biomass and, like, poo, or biomass and soil. And then some items produce all 3 at once. So when you get to this point, the next thing it's trying to process is going to produce 3 different stacks, which these 3 are full. So because it can only house 2 of those different items that it intends on producing, it cuts off your production here. If they just added 1 more slot, it would be so much more mathematically it would just make more sense for this whole system. Because you have to, like, empty it way sooner, even though there's 2 completely free spots. It's kind of redundant that there's even those 2 spots. It's like in the perfect pattern there. Just realized that. Whole lot of yapping. What does bro want to hear? That's so funny. Imagine streamers talking. You don't have to be here. You don't have to listen to me. And if you do want to see my stream that badly without hearing me, there is a volume function on most or all modern devices, if I'm not mistaken. So from 1 seed, you've got all the berries, the tomatoes, the peppers, the bananas, the coconuts, and the pineapples. The only thing that doesn't regrow from 1 seed are pumpkins, wheat, and corn. Everything else will grow from just 1 seed. Well, with the pineapples, bananas, and coconuts, those ones you don't technically plant the seed. You plant the whole fruit into the plot, but just like the seeds, just requires 1 fruit planted into the ground, and then you're good. Assuming you don't break them. If you break... So the way it works with pumpkins, wheat, and corn is if you break, which technically you're hand harvesting those, but technically hand harvesting those still breaks the entire, like, plant, so it needs another seed. Whereas berries, if you hand harvest them, they don't require another seed because the bush is still there, so it'll just grow more berries, right? However, with the berry bushes, if you use the auto farm method or you break the bush, you'll get the seed, you'll get the berries and like the vines out of breaking the bush, but then because you broke the bush, it needs a new seed to grow another bush to grow more berries. So it depends on like whether you're breaking the actual thing or not. What's that tool you have? Or the wrench? You use this for changing the channels on your thrusters, so that way like when I get into this seat and I activate channel 4, it activates my balloon. When I activate channel 3, it makes me go right. When I activate channel 1, it makes me go left. When I activate channel 2, it makes me go forward. So the wrench just lets you change the channels on your thrusters and your balloons too, for that matter. So that way, when you activate your thrusters, they're not all activating at the same time. You can choose which thrusters go to which channel, giving you obviously like more control over your vehicle. So like these back thrusters, they're all on channel 2. So I have all the other channels checked off. So that way when I click channel 2, just these ones are coming on. And then when I click channel 3, it activates this one and this one over here that's also on channel 3. Then this one's on channel 1, And the one opposite corner is also channel 1, so that one turns me the other way. So each one of them, you can kind of dial in the function a little bit more. I don't remember where... I'm trying to spread these out evenly, but I can never remember what's running low. As long as I can keep these guys fed, we're making progress. Oh, trust me. I wish that's my number one thing I wish they would fix, but it just hasn't happened. Mostly for batteries. I'm going to make a ton of batteries. I'm just kind of one of the many things I just decided to go overboard with on stocking up right now. Epic, why do I have random bus stations with a hologram of a spire in the middle of my main world? I think it's because even if you destroyed certain bus stations, I think there's just they're the just a visual thing they added for some of the bus stations. 'Cause they're not at all of mine, but they're some of the ones that were like out in the world previously. Okay, we're good. Neglecting these guys. Oh. Okay. Not much going on in there. So we're probably good to move this stuff, or at least, yeah, let's move as much as we can over to the base real quick. Start from this end. Alright, so we need at least 3 chests of these to start. You want a base tour? Cam, on my YouTube, I have a tour of my storage base, which I'm actually about to go to, but if you want a more detailed tour, just check out the YouTube. Because I'm probably not going to have time to go through the entire base like I do in the video. Like, the video is, like, very... I go through, like, all the different, like, aisles of the storage base and stuff like that. Alright, we should just bring that much, like 3.5 chests. And then let's also bring over like as much of this dirt as we can. So I think I gotta fill up some chests over there. Just my on-site chests. This is like back storage. This is a stock room. I forgot to put that sand away, didn't I? Okay, and then we should also bring over some poo-poo just to get the base stocked up. I'm probably not gonna have room, am I? Okay, I'll just bring I'll put it all in my pocket. Don't worry, all the poop just goes right into my pocket. And we're good to go. To the base! How to make wrench at the crafting bench. I think it's like wooden rod and cord or vine or something. It's really simple. You make it at the bench. It's under like the torch icon or the other one. Now I don't remember. I'm kind of worried about it still, but I don't know what I can do. I don't really want to move it. I think I kind of just go with it. Whatever happens, happens, right? So now, let's get stocked up. We are pretty... Oh, Mel, we are already stocked. Okay, we're already stocked up here on the poo-poo. Okay, I didn't realize that. So we'll just leave all of that over there when we go back. Are any of these empty? Oh god, I don't want to switch these out. Guess I'll just do this. So now I gotta bring all that poop back. That's a lot of pies. I also gotta... How is this Fortnite? It's LEGO Fortnite. I think people so much assume that because it has Fortnite attached to it, that it's like intertwined with Fortnite in a sense of gameplay, that like they don't realize this is a completely... It's called LEGO Fortnite, but it's a completely separate game from Fortnite. Completely different game genre, gameplay, all that stuff. It is nothing near what VR is. Oops. Dime? Wait, what? What did I say? Dime? Why did I keep going the wrong way? But otherwise, it's really fun. I think people... It's one of those games that grows on you if you actually give it a chance. Vine. That's what I said. No, sorry, now I know what you... I probably just spoke too fast. But Vine, not Dime. I'm lagging like crazy right now. Do you like Odyssey update? What do you mean? I like it when they update the game, absolutely, yeah. I brought too much poop with me. I thought I needed more here. What is my vehicle? I can have a tutorial up for it pretty soon if you guys want. Okay, I brought almost more than I need of that too. That's fine. We can always use extra. Well, I need to have extra biomass anyway because I'm gonna immediately make a bunch of it into batteries anyhow. Yeah, I think I posted a video like when it originally came out about how to build the wrench. Alright, so these will just go into the battery chests for now because we're going to be making them into batteries anyway, or the biomass into batteries, so it will be perfect. Because as we use this biomass, we'll fill it with batteries. Do you have another one like a plane? Not one that necessarily looks like a plane. I haven't spent too much time going into like super detailed car designs and stuff like some people do, which is totally awesome. I just go for more function over the look of it. Yeah, oh, I had, like, even from the stream last week, Moxie, I had half of those composters there. So, yeah, adding more is always helpful, but otherwise, then I just keep building more. I think next time I go to do that, I'll build, like, another row of them just to speed it up a little more, because it still goes pretty quick, and once you get, like I did now, where there's, like, all of those have like a full input, like that'll be outputting forever. So we got that, and then I need to make glass too. Let me go. Yeah, let's just do that now because I have. What does glass cost? It's like wood and sand, right? Okay. So I just need to make more metal smelters then. Oh, and I need to make... Dude, I need to make lots of stuff. We actually need to have a few things to do here. Oh boy. Okay. Planks and granite. Let's do that first. There's a lot of stuff I need to farm right now. Kindly move out the way. After you beat the Storm King, one thing you could do is try to fish up all the legendary fish. There's 19 different fish species, and they all have a legendary version that you can get. See, I did think about how I was going to do this before, and I kind of didn't goof it up, but I've done it a little differently than I was going to. But I guess I could just do this. This will work. But things you can do after beating the Storm King, collect all the fish. One thing I did was collect all the different animal color variants. You know, you have to spread them out on different villages. You can't have them all at one village, but build cool stuff. That's the number one thing. Just build. Or take a break. You know, play some other games until some more content comes out. No, I always say don't try to force yourself. There's so much stuff I'm behind on doing. That's why I'm doing it now. It just takes time, but just need lots of granite slabs going. Apparently, I use them all randomly. Okay, we got those going. Oh, and I used all the granite, like, perfectly. Cool. Then we just needed... Get a few more granite slabs. Blast core. Let's see here. Go like this. So that way they're just inside and I can still use the village chest function. Okay, we're out of slabs. Let's get some glass going. This wood just makes sense. I haven't actually made glass in a while. Usually I would just get it for free from my villagers, which I do need to go do right now. I can do that maybe while I wait for some of this stuff to cook. Just keep lagging. But I have a lot of my villagers on smelt metal right now, and they give you glass from it as well. How do you get a crap ton of gems? Have your villagers do it for you. Have, like, all of the villagers. You can have, what, 55 villagers in a world? Have all of your villagers doing the job, collect gems, and you'll have so... They'll be cut gems, not rough gems, which is honestly kind of better, so you don't have to cut them yourself. But that is ultimately the fastest way, because they do it really slowly, but they do it on autopilot. So every, like, day and a half, you'll collect from them and get 30 gems. They need to add more blueprints. I only have Supernova and Pleasant Park. Then you need to upgrade a village in the desert to level 10. That'll get you all of the Majestic Manor castle builds. And then you need to upgrade a village in the Frostlands. That'll unlock the Shogun builds for free, by the way. And then you need to upgrade a village on the Lost Islands or the Colombo Islands. And that will get you the Tudor builds. So like these Majestic Manors ones, these are all free as well. You get these for upgrading a village in the desert. You get, and Star Wars Island. Level up the Star Wars village. You get the Rebel Survival stuff for free still. And then where is it? There's also like the Empire stuff. Then there's the Imperial Survival you get for free from upgrading the Star Wars village. So leveling up your villages to level 10 and all the different biomes is what unlocks you all the free builds. How many hours do you play a day? 2 hours, maybe sometimes 6. I'd say an average, like, because it's hard to say, like, with days off included. That obviously brings the average down. Because I have the first year of the game, dude. I damn near streamed every day. But this last 6 months, it's been a little less. Where I'm probably taking more like 2 or 3, not days off, but I'm only streaming like 4 or 5 days. But generally, I stream for 3 or 4 hours. So I guess that averages more out to like 2 hours, like literally every single day. But it also depends on what content's out at what time. Gives me a little more drive towards playing, you know, if there's more to do. I guess. You might be asking, why so many? Because it takes so long. Each of these will get me 1 stack, but I need a lot of stacks. Am I lagging again? Update prep, what update? The update that is supposed to happen sometime in July. In the last patch notes, when they released Expeditions, they clearly said, it was at the bottom of the patch notes, but they said the spires will unlock in your Odyssey world sometime in July. So I imagine these spires unlocking would constitute some sort of new update, whether it's just the spire related to just spires, or there's a whole set of like enemies and stuff. I would imagine the latter, but there should be some sort of update happening this month, so I am getting stocked up, to say the least. Boom. All right, we're rocking and we're rolling. How do you get so much blast score? I have a video on my YouTube. It's actually on exactly how there's a special chamber you can find in desert. I wouldn't call it special, but to us it's special because it gives lots of blast score. But there is a specific chamber inside of desert caves that you want to look out for. I have a video on my YouTube that shows the exact what, like, because it's not really like it's more of just a guide, because it just shows what to look for in a desert cave, because it's not like a strategy, it's kind of luck finding it. It can spawn in any desert cave technically, but I would go check it out, because the video also goes through cave navigation in general. Like if you ever have trouble and are lost in caves a lot, the video not only shows you how to get tons of blast score and how to find those areas in the caves, but it also shows you how to like navigate caves in general, so you're not getting lost all the time. Is there anything else? Like, do I need to make... I really don't need to cut gems because I have the villagers give me cut gems and I just keep the rough ones. I don't need to make any food. I don't need to make the loom because we got tons of that stuff. Spinning wheel should be fine on. Like, the only thing I could really think of is making a spinning wheels so I could right now I don't have... I guess I have some silk that I can make into silk thread because you don't really use silk thread for much besides the very occasional decoration. And kind of the same thing for wool and wool thread. Otherwise, maybe I could do... Yeah, what do we need? The basics. Let's do that, and we'll make... At least, how much silk do I have? We'll make a little bit of silk thread first. Yeah, I can make like 8 stacks of that. So at least I'm not like... I don't have just 1 stack of it chilling. Into wool. Good. All right, what else? Guess I could. I don't think there's anything lumber like right now that I need to make into. And I think I have that set up for another base anyway. Like if I do need more, I could restock on the planks technically, but I have another base for that. What do they cost anyway? Just wood? Okay. We'll be fine. Because... Hold on, I might need to go stoke the fire over here. Yep. And what I mean by that is add... Oh yeah, wait, oh yeah, it uses sand faster. Uses 2 sand to 1 wood, so it's like I probably gotta restock the sand here real quick. Oh, plus we're almost out of the sand. I gotta go dig up more too. Which I don't really want to do on stream because that's the most boring thing ever. Because I can't even like click off the screen and like go watch videos or something on YouTube with you guys because... As soon as because I tape the mouse down, and looks like that's all the glass we're gonna get for now. It's a good start, but let's go. Let's just bust there.
Now,
yeah,
this
the
is
blast
epic.
powder you'll need in survival/expert is ridiculous. So here we're gonna see my more stock room back storage and my auto. So for those who've been here for a lot of the stream, you saw my speed farm earlier. This is my original auto farm with the balloon auto farm that I made. So behold, another crazy amount of farm points. Which I think I've let most of them go. I don't think a lot of them will render in, but I think most of these are actually depleted. Or a handful of them are. Oh no. See, yeah, a little bit of them are gone, but I haven't really taken care of this farm in a while. But this is the original balloon auto farm. And then I don't think there's really anything in these chests. I think I took all the food out of them at this point and moved them. But it does house a handful of chests. I don't think there's anything. Is there any vines in here? Did I have any leftover vines chilling here? Oh, I do. Look at that. A little bit. What's down there? Do I have stuff in here too? What the heck? What are all these doing here? I think I must have... Maybe I was using this for biomass. I was That's probably what I was doing. Yeah, because I can just make the wood here. Yeah, let's just extend that this way. And yes, pretty much every chest in this little unit right here. I think I've used some of it, but like this is just wood, 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 wood. It's my backup storage. All right. Let's load them up. I support everybody, my friend. Well, no, I shouldn't say everybody. There's terrible people in the world, but I am pretty open to everything. But I generally don't talk specific politics or religion or anything like that, which that kind of falls up that alley. But in the sense of, I'm a pretty open person. Like I don't have problems with anybody, man. But generally, that's not something you want to jump into a stream and just start asking and then following up with pushing the question. Some people don't feel comfortable talking about that stuff. Not that I'm uncomfortable, but like I said, I generally just don't talk anything even lightly. Like this game, like my streams, dude, it's about me loving like Lego, building with Lego, creating stuff, and that kind of, in my eyes, transcends just about everything else. In my eyes, this is a game and a place to kind of escape from pretty much everything in reality. Not to say there isn't stuff going on in the world that doesn't need to be talked about, but on my stream, I like to keep it just chill. Strangely, we make dynamite, but not blast powder. Well, blast powder is like a raw ingredient. I don't know what you would use to make. Maybe bones or something. You could grind up into blast powder or mix it with something else. That'd be kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of like a raw ingredient in itself. I still wish we could make milk in game. Or not milk, cheese, sorry. We can make milk. Just, I'm thinking use milk to make cheese. That would make sense in my eyes. Laggy. Okay. The lag every 2 seconds is killing me. I'll click the wrong button and then think it was my fault, but really it's just the game lagging. Back to the other base and check on that stuff. Alright. And then I think I do need to bring some of this back to the base anyway, so we'll do that. No, we already got plenty of that. I think we've got still plenty of that at the base, so I don't need to take any of that back. How do you have so much stuff? Because I play this game a ridiculous amount. That's pretty much it. Jesus, how many lumber bills? As many as I need. Just as many as I need. That's all. One mill is capable of producing one stack at one time. 80. 80 in, 80 out. I've got entire chests worth of stacks to process. So that means if I have a whole, what is it, like 28 slot chest? It means I need 28 lumber mills, or I gotta make like the equivalent of however many times to take one lumber mill to process 28 stacks, which is abundantly longer than me just building wood. Don't look over here. I've got not necessarily as many, but I've got a lot of stuff going right now. I'm pulling out the product. Yes, I just need to bring some back too. Just doing a restock, the pre-prep restock. Oh, I probably made too many of the rods. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out. Oh yeah, we need to restock these. More slabs. Got it. Okay, these are all done. I think I'm done doing glass for now because I need to go get more sand, which, again, I'd rather do that off stream. I could just watch some cartoons on my second monitor because I can't click off of this monitor. I could have something going on another monitor and it won't interrupt this one, but if I hold on, I should just do this. It'll take everything out. There we go. I can just hit C and it'll like reset it and grab everything. There we go. But I can just watch TV while I'm doing this because if I click off the screen, it will stop me from digging up stuff. Cool. Cool. And now my mouse is disconnecting. Oh, and then we had some of this stuff going. And then we want wool thread. Let's get some more of that going. Oh, I didn't see anything. Did it get a little crazy there? The second I get distracted too. Go, go, Buffalo. Yeah, pretty much resetting for new update. Exactly right. Ah! Ah! Just fall into the ground. That's why I have OSHA. The screams would probably be a bit more gruesome than that, but someone falling into a stone corrector. Alright, we'll leave those out for now. I can barely get materials. I just play a lot, my friend. I play very often. I've done so much Storm Dungeon content that I'm actually full, finally, on... Oh, it's lagging. On the Greater Storm Shards. I actually have 3 chests of those now. I just play a ridiculous amount. I just play a lot, man. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Okay, let's go back to the poop farm. Nothing new here, just Epic being overboard as usual. Hey! I'm not extra. What do you... What do you mean? I need every one of these items. Or I will cease to exist. Okay? And if you can't understand that, I don't know. I don't know if we could be friends anymore. And I kind of like if I'm needing to restock ever, it just shows that what I farmed before wasn't enough. Because people always ask me, what am I gonna do with all that stuff? I don't know, something eventually. Something eventually. Hey, you don't have anything inside. Probably most of these are overpacked. How much did I actually bring? This part's always, it's like, I don't know what it is about this. This is just satisfying for me as well. Like collecting massive amounts of stuff and organizing it for potential later use. Likely later use, I should say, not potential. Like generally, I wouldn't be farming so much of an item that wasn't like easy to collect and I didn't plan on using it somewhere along the line. If you're enjoying the stream on TikTok, by the way, come check me out on Twitch. I'm live over on Twitch and YouTube right now. And if you want to come check me out tomorrow or any other time, I stream generally between the hours of 4 and 8 p.m. Pacific time. But I'd love to have you come join me on Twitch. Same user on all platforms, by the way. And creator code Epic Bricks in the item shop. If you guys aren't already supporting someone, easiest way to support the stream directly and the content I put out, just by buying your favorite stuff as you normally would, but with my code. Yeah, what's going on, Alex? What's up, dude? Farming, 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 farming. This wall. Let me go. Can you feed the fertilizer and dirt to Mama Klombo? That might be like a slightly better use of this material if I really went, like, you know, I'm going to have like 20 chests of each of it probably by the end here, so maybe that wouldn't be a terrible idea. Just keep hitting lag spikes. Yeah, I swear it's just because of all this stuff it's trying to process all at once, and then I'm going over there and moving stuff around in chests. The game's probably having a friggin' migraine trying to figure all this out. Yo, I see you, Alex. How you doing? My best friend's name is actually Alex. Almost there. Got it. You want to join our Lego world? It's pretty stacked. Nothing against it, but I'm pretty happy in my solo world, and I spend most of my time here stacking up this world. But I appreciate the invitation. If you want to recruit people, you can always use my Discord or my chat here if anybody else is interested. I got plenty of avid builders and players in the community that I'm sure would be open to it. Yoink. Okay. Back to the base. I need to build another jump pad in between these two spots. It's just not far enough. Oh, thank you, Alex. I have a YouTube tour of my main storage base that I'm going over to here now, if you want to check it out. It's not exactly a tutorial, but it is a good run-through that shows everything I have here. Those are almost done. I guess I could start ripping the battery, getting those going. So the reason I want to do this right here, so when my bag fills up of batteries inevitably. Oh, it's 6 minutes. But when my bag fills up with batteries, inevitably, I can just throw them right into this chest. I can't use space anymore. Yeah, that's my compost area. I literally have like different, like pretty much farms and sections for different items processing. Like, I could keep it all together, but then you got to worry about build complexity. So, like, would I love to have every single aspect of this process in, like, one small area? Sure, I would. But it's not very lucrative. As far as, like I said, reaching complexity. And then you're like, oh, well, now I have to spread it out. This, move over here. There we go. Base tour, Muns. I've got a YouTube tour of this base. If you'd like to check it out, it's like 15 minutes long. It shows everything. It takes me a minute to go through everything here in detail. But if you want to hop out real quick and check it out, it is always available for you. No, I have not made a village on the floating islands on Lost Isles yet. It's a good one, though. Wait. Is it lagging? I must be lagging. No, no notes released. We're just going based on the fact that they said these spires would unlock sometime in July. I wish you could, like, just like you were like in here and you're just clicking a plus and now it will process 7 of those back to back, right? Wish you could do the same thing here and I could just go click, 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 put it up to like 100 and then it would do, and have like an output somewhere or like put it into a chest nearby or something. That'd be phenomenal. Let's get these over here. Go. I'm lagging. Yo, thank you, Court. How long have you been with like enjoyed it myself? Pretty much my entire life. As far as like creating content, about the last 5.5 years. As far as working with LEGO directly, about a year. Oh, 0. What's happening? Am I lagging still? I'm just clicking too fast. I think if you click these too fast, also it doesn't craft them. So you almost have to wait. Or it's just lagging every 2 seconds. I can't tell. It should be crafting, but it's not. Hey, pretty much perfect. Okay. How did I still end up with that much biomass? Is it like pulling it? Oh, do I still have some in the car that I left here? That must be it. Because I'm like, where is it pulling all this biomass from? It had to be pulling it from one of these that I still had it in. Right? Okay, guess I just have extra. So we're good on batteries. I have like, I think, right? I had 3 chests of batteries and then 3 chests. Batteries, batteries, batteries. Good for now. Biomass, biomass, biomass. Okay, so all the extra can go to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. No, I'm not going to join your world. Sorry, bud. What is going on? Just hanging out. Collecting mad stuff. There we go. Now I actually have some slabs. Yeah. People be spamming. They're usually just younger people that don't understand etiquette and stuff like that. Not that it makes it excusable, but it's not a... Just kind of let it roll off your shoulder. Don't let it get to you. I mean, the numbers are good today. I mean, generally, I think I'm in like the 40 to 50 range today. We've been sitting in like the 75 to 100 range, so we're bringing in the slightly different crowd. It's to be expected to an extent. A red chest, yeah. There are, you can do green, blue, red, and then like a yellow, orangish for amber. These came out with the Storm Chasers update last December, I'm pretty sure. Alright, what else do we need to get? Oh, let's go back over to the wood area and get those going. We'll get the rods finished. We'll get the planks finished. Restock the regular amount of wood. And then I need to do, I'll probably end up doing blast powder tomorrow. I ended up already stocking up on totem of returns. I've got a decent amount of totem of returns for whatever next update brings. So we're good on that. I'm trying to think of what else I can collect today. Hey, you get a pizza shield? You make it at the crafting bench. I can't remember the exact materials. I think bear pelt is somewhere in there is one of the materials you need. I already did rods, right? Yeah, we're doing pots. Dang it, hit the wrong one. Let me be mod? No, I'm good. I don't know what you're saying. This game cannot be this fun after 2 years. I guess that's just a difference in opinion, my friend. I disagree. I feel like building stuff or creating stuff. Stuff like this never gets old. It's like saying drawing can't be fun after 2 years. If you enjoy drawing and sketching and making stuff, then yeah, it's going to continue to be fun. Naturally. Is that everything? Did I go all the way down the line? Okay, we're good. Come join me on the Twitch, by the way, if you want to avoid the rowdiness of TikTok. It's pretty rowdy today. Come find me on Twitch or YouTube. Same username. Love to have you. Favorite village I've made in this world? Honestly, my Supernova Academy is up there. But I still love my Storm Village. I still need to finish the Beach Village, technically. But I like my Shogun. I like all of them, man. It's hard to decide these days. It's like picking a favorite kid. Yeah, Expeditions. Yeah, I've played it quite a bit so far. Boom. Stocked up. Stocking up. And then, did I need to bring any more, like, dirt or anything? Dirt, we're good. Poop, we're good. So, and then this we just got all the way filled up, so we're good on those. So I just need sand, snow, but that's just going to be a matter of digging stuff up. These I think I'm done with. I don't think I'm using the spinning wheels. Actually, I guess I could make some more drawstring. That couldn't hurt. Granted, I don't know what we're going to use drawstring for now that the pistols are like meta. But it can't hurt. Oh, wow. These cost 5 quartz. It's like... And these cost what? So those are... So 25 vines to make 1 drawstring. It's actually kind of crazy. Never realized that. That should be good. I don't need that many. Boom. Those are going. Drawstrings. How I organize wood. So from, it could be from left to right or from right to left. But each one of these columns is one type of item. So all 3, this chest is wood, this chest is wood, that chest is wood. And it's all identified with the wood above it. And then, so I go wood, planks, wooden rods. Then it goes into mahogany. So this whole row, column is mahogany. Then mahogany rods. Then knot root. Then knot root rods. Then flexwood. Then flexwood rods. Then frostpine. Then frostpine rods. No worries, Tybrix. How you doing, man? I'm the same way. Usually after I raid out, I'm like right off to eat food or do something. Alright. I suppose I can go collect from over here really quickly. I missed. I don't know what that means. You're using language that is beyond me. So we're good on this for now. I can probably just, I don't have to collect any more food. Just have to clean the poop out of all the machines, you know? Gotta love the squishy sound it makes. Like your character is like actually just full on grabbing the pile of poo and like squeezing it. They just be more people being weird. Guys, aren't your parents around? Go get some attention. If anybody's like crying for attention, here's not the place. You're not gonna receive much of it. Where are we at? Oh my, I have a lot more than I thought I did. Cool. You know what? Farmed a little more than I thought I was going to. That's all. I guess that's why I built this many chests, right? We filled them up. So each one of these chests holds 2,240 items, I think it is. There you go. I remember it's on there. But otherwise, there's like a ridiculous amount of items here already that we just got going in the last day or two. Trying to think if there's any other sort of just like creative builds I want to try to build before the potential update, or if like I want to just play safe and not, because I hate being in the middle of a build project if new content and new builds come out, because then I feel like either obligated to finish or I feel bad if I end up abandoning that project. Kind of like my beach village right now, where that was just kind of a side project to fill some time in between updates, and then I lightly lost interest in finishing all of those multi-angled walkway planks, which would have taken me like several more hours just to do the walkways. But I got the fun parts done there, but it still looks really good. I just am probably not going to flesh out those the pathway like I originally intended to. Now we can start over here. There's more. What update are you for? Whatever the spires are supposed to be when they activate. Otherwise, we really don't know, but generally before an update, I will go absolutely crazy on just like farming as much stuff up as I can in, you know, a little bit of everything, I guess. A lot of bit of everything, but pretty much just make sure there's no item I have like almost nothing of, and if I can, as much as humanly possible. Unrender. Go away. These fences in that house. There we go. Those are actually almost finished. We'll just wait for those. Where is my sticky note? Okay, so we need pretty much everything else that I need is going to come from caves, and then there's the blast powder. And then I need sand and snow, but then it's just like knot root, flex wood, marble, some more granite. Should be good on the wood, I think. So I'm gonna have to go farm some granite too, because I'm pretty much turning my entire collection of granite right now. As you can see, I'm running low. We're just turning it all into slabs, and then I'll collect more regular granite. As long as I get like close to 3 chests full of it, then I'll feel better. You have more resources than us, even though... Yeah, I mean, everybody plays their own way. It's totally fine if you have flying on, but I play pretty consistently. You want to see my food collection? All the charred. Those ones. All the charred. Raspberries. All the charred ones. Clomberries. All the charred ones. Coconuts. All the charred ones. Bananas. Charred. Pineapples. Charred. Tomatoes, charred, peppers, roasted, corn, on the cob, pumpkins, roasted. These things, I don't have a lot of those, but I did. Boom, 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 Boom. Most of the food items, like, you know, not all of them, but a lot of them I've got a pretty ridiculous amount. I guess that's why I had it there. It was full. In 5 months, the map will be raised. What do you mean by that? Like, I will have got everything? No, I doubt it. There's so much stuff in this world, I can continue to farm at this pace for a long time and still not run out. Alright, give me a minute. I'm gonna run to the restroom, and we'll keep it going. Yo, doing well. How's it going, Zen? Doing well. Hanging in there. Farming stuff. Getting stuff stocked up for the supposed potential update they're supposed to get this month. Granted, there's no official date set on it or patch notes out yet, but they did mention very clearly in the previous patch notes that we would be getting the spire, not necessarily content promise, but they said, quote, the spire, I think they said something along the lines of the spires will unlock sometime in July. I don't think they gave an exact date. Let's go back to grab the planks from the other base. Oops, don't push that. Can you actually? No, there's nothing really to it. I think you just have to go near them, and then that completes the quest. There's nothing, like, physically that you can do. I did make a bunch of butter cakes in my other world. I don't have them in this world. Eventually, I'll get around to making them. That's all, like, stuff that, like, I could stock up on, but I don't think it'll be super important. And it's also kind of annoying to do. Granted, I have most of the stuff for it now, but then I'd have to, like, refarm eggs and other stuff. must be lagging. Take. So like planks, I either move them around or I just use them in abundance for, like, I think they're used in certain things when I'm building like farms, and also you use them in, I think, the compost bin. But generally after like a couple of months, I just go through a couple chests worth of these. People always ask me, what am I ever going to do with that stuff? It's like I play the game constantly. I end up, you know, whether it's a build or just like a mega farm or something, there's always one material after so long that I'm like, yeah, I need a bajillion of that. And I might not use it all at once either. But like I said, over a couple months, I'll use tons of the planks. Vehicles, farms, all that. I think this is about a full bag's worth that I have here in lumber mills too. Yo, where's your tutorials? For what exactly? Because I have a bunch of vehicle tutorials on TikTok, YouTube Shorts. On YouTube, I have even on there, I think I have my long form videos posted on TikTok too. Technically, they're just easier to find on YouTube. But I've got a handful of tutorials. More short form tutorials than long form tutorials, but lots of short form vehicle tutorials if you want that. And we're going back. Efficiency today is the name of the game. Would you say I've been pretty efficient today? Guess what? 'Cause I still play it from time to time, especially with my buddy off stream. But currently GM1 Marvel Rivals. I'm trying to make the push for Celestial, and I got within 2 games, and then I lost a couple, so I'm at like 17 points or something like that out of the 100. But if any Marvel Rival fans out there, I'm out there making moves. Got it. Let's go back over here and get the poop. Granted, I don't need to get this. I just need to at least get the machines cleared out and keep all the stuff here, because now I've got like over, I think it is 8 chests over here? 7? One's large, gray, and doesn't matter. An irrelevant. Never heard that one before, actually. It's good. I like puns. I like puns. That was punny. I know it. You wanna know it? I know it. It's kind of a crass joke, but I don't even have to tell the punchline for it to be funny. I mean, the punchline isn't even technically. It's the inference that's inappropriate. But what's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone? You can't hear an enzyme. See, I don't even have to say it. The punchline doesn't have the inappropriate part. It's the inference of the punchline. so I can get around it. You said it, not me. I like funny jokes, but they're usually not appropriate for my general content and audience. I don't know if my off-stream sense of humor would continue to get me LEGO deals. Yeah, how's it going? Mr. 31. Full to the other side. I think we're pretty soon. I'll get to a point. I think when that next set of granite is done cooking, we will head to cave farming. Maybe I can do a Storm King run today too. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get a Shatterhorn. That could be annoying. Takes an annoying amount of time and sometimes a lag of just... I know I've got the pistols and all, but still. It's an annoying process. Oh, of course I did it like right after all of them. Dumped out another 30 items. I guess I can hit it right now. Ah! That's good. To the base, to the base, to the base, base, base. Oh, I think I had some extra stuff here that I need to bring back. Yeah, let's just bring this stuff back. I don't think I need it. Actually, I think I kept this here for if I ever expand like this, which kind of makes sense. I'll just leave that here. How'd you set upside down frames? I believe I still have a tutorial that it's on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Might be a little further back at this point. But I have a tutorial for that. It takes a lot of like a weird sideways building kind of stuff. See, now all this stuff, I don't know what that is. We're going to take that with us. Hey. Lag. Nice. Hello. Let's get all this crap put away. After all this crap despawns. Yeah, some worlds are bugged. Allie, some people are reporting like they can't get him to spawn and they can't get Jonesy to spawn, or Vengeance Jones, whatever his name actually is. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, I can't sprint. Okay, I thought I got the sprint glitch. Okay, need those back. Oh. This doesn't seem like a lot of drawstring. That's a ridiculous amount. We good on that for quite a bit. Feathers and silk. And then wood stuff. And then food, arrows, blast powder. Honestly, I'm not even worried about the food or really the arrows. I'll keep the vines, because why not? Alright, and the rest of this... You know, I'll keep the storm fruit. Because I actually think I almost have a full chest of it. Yeah, I need 7 more and I have a full chest. Keep the meat, just because, like, meat's not, like, it's not hard to get, but, like, compared to, like, other foods, like, you have to, like, go out of your way to start getting a bunch of it. Alright, for now, this should be good. Get rid of these for now, I think. Although I'll need to do marble again, but they're just in the way, so. Get them out of here! Boom, 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 boom. Alright, last thing. They might be done. I don't know if those planks will be finished over here yet. So let's just start getting our stuff ready for another cave run. Yeah, we should be good. Let's bring some extra food. I guess I'm like out of the corn, the backup corn. Go to the main corn. Stock up, good to go. And then should probably at least bring a couple stacks of wood for climbing on stuff. And then did I use all the grapplers? No, we're good. All my extra stuff. Oh, and I should bring torches too. Are those in here? Go, go. I need to put a mark on that one. I'm almost pretty sure, just to check it off, and then we'll go to another one around there. Alright, so we're gonna go get some more granite, knot root, and essentially amber at the same time. Knot root's the most, I swear, knot root's the most annoying thing to collect. A lot of them. Like, I'd rather collect anything else. I can, but the game just doesn't want to let me know where I actually... Oh my god. That's what I mean. All the controls are just, like, ridiculously delayed. Like, I can't even turn these thrusters off now. Maybe eventually. Yeah, every click I do right here is just so delayed, and now nothing's happening. Big ol' lag spike. Still going. Waiting. 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 Am I like stuck? Do I have to get out? Nope, I'm frozen. Okay. Is it gonna log me out of the world completely? I think this area is a crash area. I'm probably gonna crash off this. Earlier I did. Am I gonna go back or am I gonna go to lobby? I don't know. I can't click the... I can't get out. I can't activate anything. I'm guessing it's just gonna crash or send me to lobby here in a minute. It is broken. You'd think it would either unfreeze or send me to lobby by now. So I'm just going to attempt to back out and see what happens, because nothing's happening there, dude. Hold on, let me load up and then go back. That might help. Yo, thanks, Zep. Appreciate it. Code Everbricks in the item shop. Indeed. Right here. Oh, it's gone. Surprised it let me back into the world that quickly. Because that stuff, that was frozen, dude. Let's see where it's probably gonna. I'm probably gonna be like back at the storage base. Watch. Yo, Renzo, thank you for the GG. Also, go as well for the roses. The viewer world base is getting a supernova makeover. The outside, anyways. Oh, the main storage. Just like redoing the walls and stuff. It's kind of nice. You can actually like swap stuff out fairly easily with keeping the same structure. It would make a good storage base too. It's nice. It's like one of those buildings you can make big and square and still have it look good, and then you have space on the inside. T-Block, how you doing? It's dealing with lag. Hopefully it loads me in eventually. Pretty much just like I always do, which is just stock up on anything I'm particularly low on, and then just kind of go overboard on a few of the other easier things to collect. Like I just spent most of the stream collecting biomass and stuff, and then I've been turning granite into granite slabs, making glass, turning wood into planks and rods, because those were getting kind of depleted. So like I'm kind of just getting like a triple chest full of all the easy stuff, and then on certain other things, kind of like I just got biomass batteries, all those stocked up, because you just never know before an update what's going to be important, what's going to be useful. Also, like as far as like building and materials. Oh god. Oh no, it's up in the air, isn't it? Oh no, oh god. I am alive. Still lagging, huh? Go, go, go. And still lagging. Well, I've been streaming for 3 hours. Is this gonna calls it for me tonight? I just go into a extreme lag loop where I can't play the game. I think this is the one I went into already, but now I can't remember. Yeah, T-Block, I do too. So, I don't know. Yeah, this is the one we did the other day, and I think we went all the way through this one too, so. Why did you spawn in the air? Because that's where I logged out just a second ago. Because I was frozen, and then I logged out, and then logged back in, and kind of luckily it spawned me where I was actually frozen. Alright, got that one. That one's done. Let's go to that one next. 1 second into being in my vehicle, and I'm already underneath it. Yeah, okay, Nintendo. How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. Fighting through the lag today, that's for sure. Oh, we've done this one. Okay, we've already marked that one. Let's go check if I've done that one. Do not see a campfire, so I'm gonna assume no. Oh, I don't need those charms on me. Oh, I never took that stuff out. Rip. Or that stuff, rip. Oops. Oh well. It's not like I get like a whole backpack's worth of stuff out of here anyway. So I just need, right now, I needed to go back and do grasslands caves farming, mainly for marble and knot root. Granted, I'll take the amber, but otherwise, knot root is just super annoying to farm. Oh no, I'm in the cave entrance for 30 minutes. It's one of those days where it's the only thing that can get to me is like pure lag. It's the only thing that makes me not want to play the game. Is when I can take a little bit here and there, but then when it's like this, where I just got done getting disconnected, and then it's still super laggy every 3 seconds when I'm flying around, and then I go into the cave and have to wait for 30 seconds just to enter the cave. That's what really gets me to the point. I'm like, I'm gonna rage quit for today. I don't want to say rage quit, but like, you know, like I'm going to politely unsubscribe from the game for the night. You cleared your cache? For, like, in general? Or, like, for the game in the launcher? I suppose I could try that. Because, I mean, I did just reinstall it the other day when I was having problems, so you'd think that would have done it all. I think we might just wrap it up there, because I've done a lot of farming today, and the game's gonna PMO. Because this is annoying. This is the second disconnect in like 5 minutes. We'll call it there, or I could play some expeditions for a little bit, I suppose. I know that'll be stable for a little bit, but that gets just grindy, and I don't know if I want to do that after farming stuff. Yeah, vines are pretty essential. Use them for a lot of different things. I don't want to do the Storm King. Apparently, I can't even roam around. I'm not doing Storm King with that kind of lag. Yeah, in Deep Cave. Never did find the bottom. Never did find it. But that's why I started early. I know some of you might have only tuned in at 4, but I started at like 2 o'clock today. So I've actually been live for just over 3 hours, which is good enough for me. As long as I get some time in with you guys, even if it's a little bit early, which I have been thinking about starting somewhat earlier in the day. Just a personal choice for me streaming. So I'm not being done at 8 o'clock every night when I want to be like leaving and having dinner. Get a little too hungry. Which is I know is late. I've always been a late dinner eater. Who do we raid over to? Look to. Who be on? Am I the only one on right now? There's like 3 people on. I don't know any of these people. Some of them have little eye things. I don't know. I could raid. I don't mind raiding to a small streamer, but I also don't like the idea of raiding over to someone I have no clue who they are and what their manner is. You know how if they're gonna be crazy or not. You know. Kaboom is chatting. Oh, okay. That works. To kaboom! Create a code at bricks in the item shop. But I don't know why I typed in kaboom, but it came up still somehow. But go say hi to Kaboom. This is his skin. He plays as Nitro Jerry. Very fitting for his name. But go show him some support. We're going to raid over there. If you're on TikTok, come drop a follow on Twitch or come find me tomorrow when I'm live. I stream on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch every day from 4 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. Today was a little bit early. I shouldn't say every day. I stream from those times. Generally, I stream between 4 and 8. Sometimes I'll start a little bit earlier like I did today. But otherwise, come find me on any of the other platforms. Same username, creator code, same name. And I'll see you guys later. I'm out of here, guys. Deuces.